Farmers Insurance Open. Remember, it starts on a Wednesday this week. PGA doesn't like going up against the NFL this week on Sunday for the playoff game. So it's going to start on Wednesday. Make sure you get your fantasy lineups and bets in. I'm Andy from Wager Talk. We're going to break down the course, go over some players that can trip you up. We will also talk about some Draftkings Darlings as well. So a lot of really, really good stuff that we have here. Let's see. Leave a comment in the comment section. It is so freaking cold here. I am where I am. I am so numb. My bones are just numb. So if you don't have a comment, just type the word numb in the comment section. It's so cold here. It's below zero. So, oh, God, it's awful. I can't believe it. All right, let's get into playing Torrey Pines here. They're going to play 3 rounds at the South Course, and then they're going to play a round at the North Course. The North Course is where you got to do your damage. You got to go low at the North Course in one of your first 2 rounds. Otherwise, you're not going to make the cut. So when we look at the South Course, it's the longest course they're going to play on tour. I mean, it's hard, man. It's not an easy course. It ranks in the top 10 of hardest courses they'll play. The rough is pretty thick. The greens are not very big, and it's long. You got to be long. You got to be accurate. It tests every single part of the game. There's no doubt. If you're not accurate off the tee, man, these approach shots are gonna be really, really hard. Weather looks like it's going to be pretty good for Thursday and Friday. Saturday starts to get a little windy, so I would expect the winning score is probably going to be around minus 13. That's what it was the last couple years, but you can. This picture does a pretty good job. You can really see how thick that rough is around the greens and on the fairways. So the fairways they're fairly narrow. So you can't just. This isn't one of those courses or tournaments where you just bomb it wherever it lands. You're going to have a good shot. You got to hit fairways, but then the fact they make it long, it's like, well, you can't just punch it out there. You do that. Yeah, you're hitting fairways, but now you got 250-yard tee shots or approach shots coming in. So it tests every single part of the game. You'll see some guys that traditionally play really good here, some guys that struggle, and I get it. If you got a certain part of your game that doesn't match up with this course, yeah, you're gonna struggle. I get it completely. So, let's go to our friends here at Data Golf, and we'll take a look at who's in the top 10 the last 6 months. We got Matsuyama. Listen. Shout out to Grazerman. He was fantastic. I had him as a player that could trip you up last week, and I couldn't have been more wrong. Top 10 finish there. So we got Matsuyama, Grazerman, Im coming off of the horrific miscut. Taylor Pendrith playing really well. Ludvig Åberg, I like him this week. That's the kind of guy that is going to probably play well here. Long off the tee, can hit it straight. He's going to give himself some easier approach shots. Shane Lowry making his, I think this is the first tournament this year. Kitayama, Keegan Bradley, who's got off to a good start, Jason Day, and Patrick Fishburne. So, so you look here, the driving stats here. Someone like Grazerman that's long but not accurate, he could struggle. Lowry, his game probably fits pretty good here. Keegan Bradley, his game fits pretty good here off the tee. So, I mentioned Åberg, who's he's not that accurate off the tee, but he does hit it a mile. So, again, I expect guys like Åberg and guys that can bomb it to play pretty well as long as they're hitting their fairways. So, all right, let's move to players that can. Or actually, you know what? No, I got this. Let's do my favorite hole in the 18th hole, and then we'll do players that can trip you up. My favorite by far is that par 3. 138 yards. If you can see it in this picture, like it's an elevated tee. You got to get the yardage has got to be perfect. So you got to figure out exactly how long it plays down. And you can see they got this big bunker in front. You got roll off to the left or the right. You cannot go long, otherwise you're flirting with out of bounds. It's a short hole, but man, it can trip some players up for sure. So I just think it's a cool looking hole, especially when here you're standing there. You got the ocean in the background. You got this really small green with ravines and bushes in between. So I think it's a pretty cool looking hole. So all right, let's see the 18th hole, par 5, 545 yards. Again, this is to me, this hole just summarizes the course because you miss the fairway off your drive. This is kind of the landing area. You got thick rough, you got bunkers, and the green is surrounded by bunkers and water. If you hit the rough with your drive, you're just not going to be. You're not going to be able to go after it. Um, on Sunday, generally the pin is like over here. So even if you do hit the fairway, it's a risky approach shot if you're going for it too, because this bunker is in play and it funnels the ball away from the hole. So it's a really good par five. It's straight, but you have to hit it in the fairway. You hit it in the rough. I mean, you're going to have to just lay it up, and you're going to be kind of in this general area depending on how the lie is. So I like it because it sets up some drama, man. That pin placement on 18 on Saturday on the last round, it makes it difficult. This is no gimme par five. You hit the fairway, you got a great shot to lay it on the green and get a birdie. But you put it in the rough or the sand, you bring bogey into play. The water will absolutely eat up some balls. It'll see a lot of action, and these bunkers, depending on where the pin is, will certainly get some action in it as well. So I'm a fan of that one. I give it a 7.1 out of 10. I really like this one just because of how important the drive is. So, all right, players that can trip you up. Max Homa, I'm going with first. I know. I get it. He's won here before. He loves playing in California. But the fact is, guys, he's just not been good. 25th in total strokes gained in this field, and off the tees minus 0.14 the last 12 months. He does not have a top 20 finish on the PGA Tour since May 12th. I just don't expect one this week. He's just not playing good. He just isn't. So maybe this is the perfect course for him to get back on track. But Max Homa has just not been very good. Tony Finau, he has great history here, so I'm kind of bucking the trend here. Top 10 in 6 out of the last 8 years. He was awful last week. He missed the cut. He's outside the top 20 in this field in total strokes gained the last 6 months. His driving has not been accurate. I think that's going to be a problem. I know he's going to be a really popular pick. I'm just not going to be betting on him. He's priced as a top 5 guy. And I get it, because who else are you going to put in the top 5, in terms of pricing? But I don't know. I see some cracks in Tony's game. That being said, he loves playing here. A top 10 finish is doable for him. He's done it quite a bit. I just last week was terrible, and looking at some of his numbers, I'm not a believer in Tony this week. Jason Day, I think he's going to be on people's radars after he finished third last week, but he missed the cut at this tournament last year. His driving distance is way below average. His accuracy is approach strokes gain numbers is plus 0.11. Lackluster drives, not real great approaches. It's just going to be a problem at this course. I think he's going to have trouble going low on this one. So I picked him because I think a lot of people are going to pick him this week. It's not that great of a field, so you're looking at names. You go, oh, Jason Day finished third last week. I'll play him. Not really sure. He's going to be a great play. All right, we're going to do Draftkings Darlings, but I do got to tell you guys it's $5 Tuesday over at Wager Talk. Why not get an NHL best bet? I don't fire off in the NHL every single day. So when I do, it's go time. 30-16 NHL run, 121-73 the last 2 seasons in NHL, and it's only $5 today on Tuesday. So if you're watching this on Tuesday, go grab that NHL play. It's only $5. We easily hit our NBA play. Yesterday, we hit our $5 play last Tuesday on Lamar Jackson to throw over 1.5 touchdown passes, and I just love this play today. So $5 Tuesday over Wager Talk, NHL, Fire on Ice. It is a hidden gem. Guarantee I'm the only person playing this one. So, but that's how we do it. That's how you build bankrolls and make money. Find the plays that are off of everyone's radar. Find the plays that are off the books' radars. And that certainly checks all the boxes today. So wt.buzz/AL. Let's do quick Draftkings Darlings here. I'm going back to Taylor Montgomery. We played him, and he was good for us. He's only 6,500. He's made the cut the last 2 weeks. Last 3 years? Check here. Yeah, last 3 years, 13th, 31st, and 11th. So he loves playing here. I'm surprised that he plays this good here because he's not that long off the tee. He's not super accurate, but somehow it works. And you guys, if you followed him for a while, you know his putter can get hot at any time. So Taylor Montgomery at 6,500 is fantastic value. Let's just hope he makes a cut. Vincent Norman at 6,800, finished 56th and 44th the last 2 years, and he's finished 29th and 37th the last 2 weeks. So made the cut the last 2 years, made the cut and finished 29th and 30th the last 2 weeks. That's good enough for me at 6,800. And then Sam Stevens at 7,300. Stevens on a great run, 10 straight made cuts. He's finished 43rd and 13th the last 2 years here. So great stats on a guy who's playing really, really well. Taylor Montgomery, Vincent Norman, and Sam Stevens. My golf article is up on my page at Wager Talk, the same page that I showed you guys with the hockey play. You can grab that digital download. You can see the full lineup for DraftKings this week. If you guys have not hit the like button, go ahead and hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel as well. Leave me a comment. Again, if you don't have a great comment, just type the word numb. It's supposed to warm up tomorrow. That way I can stop being numb. Below zero is ridiculous. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us. Good luck on all your plays, and we'll see you even later.